Hey. I should be live, but is anyone hearing double? Or oh, it's just OBS reflecting my mic audio back to me. It isn't an MJ stream without technical difficulty, is it? But hey, welcome in for Poncho. Hey Chikutori. Hey PR4. I wonder how the UKP's not as bad as HK. Well, inside it as bad as Hong Kong, but outside the weather has well, I suppose the temperature's starting to cool down by now. The mic's working. Yep, there we go. Congrats on 20k. Hey, thank you, Jury. Thank you. And yes, I did actually buy a new mouse. This is a Red Dragon Impact Elite M913 actually. But I'm not using this to play RPGs. I'm using this as a remote toggle for my avatar. So now I have well, I filled out 6 out of 12 slots for it. So it will make my streaming a whole lot easier, so that I can just swap my expressions on the fly. No, I'm gonna put it off screen for now. Yeah, genuinely it isn't an MJ stream without technical difficulties. I just hear your many voices in my head. Are you serious? Hey Judo! True, that's not a mouse, that's a tank. I can hear you clearly. Yeah, congrats on the 20k subs. Thank you. And to pay off, not literally, but where is it? Where's the dump? Stream dump. There we go. I think I still have that fan art from Chikutori on my PC. Yep, I still have it. So in order to wherever the heck is it? Why are my layers so anyways, it's in order to pay off that no wonder. The whole thing's too massive to put on screen. In order to pay off this piece of fan art, I am going to be building the Master Grade SD Gundam Barbatos. Now I know the proportions looks more like the MGEX, but not MGEX, the SDEX standard. But hey, do you feel feel like a small, medium, or large YouTuber? I still feel like a small YouTuber, all things considered, given like how quickly the newcomers have been growing, like Gunpla, Joe's Gunpla Garage. They've all been growing pretty quickly, and I've only just hit 20k after like 12-13 years of work. So I still feel like a small-ish YouTuber, all things considered. But I'm not really chasing the numbers anymore now, just because we've hit that milestone, and it's definitely gonna be a while before we hit 30,000. I'm just gonna enjoy it for the moment, and I don't know, just deliver more content. Do you feel it? Definitely an M large. What are your thoughts on Gundam based London? I'm actually pretty surprised about the Gundam based London, just because I thought the like Bandai would never acknowledge that the UK exists anymore. But we had it. Like it's come a long way actually. The association between the UK and Gunpla has definitely come a long way, considering that right before I moved. Wait a minute. Oh my god, there's a step here. The eyes are separate. Oh god, that's gonna be a little bit tricky. Right, I'm gonna deal with that first. So, I'm considering that right as I moved in 2023, they announced that they're gonna be, like Bandai announced that they were opening an official store in London. I've actually been there. I think it's called Hamley. Like, they've opened it in Hamleys or something like that. Never, don't shop there. God no. I saw like the one time that I was with a friend, not gonna say who, we noticed that the kits were like drastically overcharged. And of course, because it's London, what else isn't overcharged there? But I saw a high-grade Darabalde for about 30 quid, and it's like, no thank you. It's far cheaper to get them online with shipping. But when isn't London trying to rip you off, eh? And that aside, we yeah, when isn't London trying to rip you off? But apart from that, they've started to associate themselves with a lot of other stores. Like Bandai launched like official partnerships with like a lot of different stores, like the two like Forbidden Planet International. Those are the two that I remember. I don't know if typical online stores like Gundam Mad or what is it? Gundam Mad, Union Gundam, Gunpla, like Gunpla UK or something like that. I don't know if they were listed. I haven't really checked that website in detail at all. Oh, G2. No wonder I couldn't find the part I want. But they have started to partner with them, and of course now we had the Gundam base pop up in the UK, and finally we now have an official Gundam base in London that is hopefully gonna be like I know it's gonna be on paper a permanent fixture of Camden Town, but you can never be too sure with these things. But as far as I know, all of the Gundam bases that have been established around the world are still up. So I'm very, very happy about that. So now I have a permanent hotspot where I can visit with whatever friends I have, because I don't really have any friends in this bloody country. But yeah, I'm actually quite excited for it. Since you're in Jury's Discord, did you see the Barbatos adapts with the Lupus armor? No, I haven't. I actually haven't been roaming around the servers like today that much. For like one of the primary reasons is because that I went to visit a friend yesterday who was a 3-hour drive away, and to be fair, we did quite a bit. We actually did a lot. Not this. We did a lot. We did an escape room, which was pretty fun, although we failed. Considering that this was my first time, so naturally we did fail, but honestly, it was a good experience. And we also, I don't know, we played a lot of Keep Talking Nobody Explodes when we were home, and then for some odd reason we played like until like 1 a.m. and then they decided that yeah, it's a perfectly good time to open up their PS5 and show me a movie. Now, granted, I am a little bit mad about that, because I was leaving the next day, which was yesterday, which would take about a 3-hour drive. But honestly, we watched the movie Airplane, and it's just a random bunch of crap happening in the movie, like good old 80s, 90s movies, like 80s, 90s comedy movies. They're like ultimately just a bunch of crap happening at the end of the day. Just a series of events trying to I don't know how to describe it, but it was a fair movie, honestly. I at least enjoyed it. It was enjoyable. But the next day we went to a park, and after that we slept at like 3, and then we went to a park, and then by the time it was time for me to go, I had like a 3.5-hour, 4-hour drive ahead of me, and I was absolutely tired, like dangerously tired even, because I was like almost, how do I put this eye in? E2 with that. See, this is why I do not prefer individual eyepieces. Yep, it's a skill issue, I know. But I was dangerously tired. I was literally like trying to not fall asleep while driving. So I had to do like 2 service stops before I was able to drive myself home. But ultimately, I'm still in one piece. I didn't endanger anybody on the road, and so all is well. Is this how it's supposed to be? Right. Yeah, the expensive toy shop on Regent Street. Yeah, indeed. Can't wait for the XJR4, but no new mold for the left hand. That left hand looks absolutely awful. And I bet you Bandai rushed to make that because of the third-party company that's making their own interpretation of it. Like, taking from the metal build and making their own version. I actually had that pre-ordered, but I had to cancel it at the end of the day. Oh no, where is it gone? I had to cancel it at the end of the day because they say that it has shipped, but the production has delayed and delayed. So back then when I cancelled my pre-order, the store predicted that they'd be going on sale in July, but apparently now they have gone and delayed it to like September or something. Oh my god, I couldn't deal with this. I'm gonna cut out the other one and do it off screen. So E3 is the left eye. That's good to know. But yeah, we did a lot of stuff and I'm massively knackered. Even though I had like basically the past week off of work just to have like a mental health break. Like the thing about working in the warehouse that I work in is that it's fine. It's pretty fine. Like the whole it's a pretty easy routine. But the moment you factor in the music that they play, that's when I start to get absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Because honestly, the music that they play, they just rip it off of a radio station and they play it at like, oh my god. Is that an undergame? Oh my god. But yeah, they played the radio over the tannoy, basically the public announcement system, and they tuned the volume up to 11. And of course all we had to work with is with those crappy vocal recognition headsets where they only work half the time at best. And of course that was driving me absolutely up the wall. Have I been struggling with the eyes for like the past 10 minutes? So yeah. So hang on. I'm here. Hey Golden Foxy, safety nubs. Safety, #1 priority. I'm sure you drive like James May. Yeah, basically. For the MGSD freedom and no issues with the eyes, the aerial had to keep shoving it in the sockets repeatedly until they stop popping out. Are you gonna get the Massacre Liberty Astray? Depends, honestly. Because, honestly, from what we've seen of the Liberty Astray, it's essentially just a reskinned Astray Red frame with the katana. That's all it is, from what we've seen. Oh my god, I hate this. Okay. Is that one of them? Please don't pop out like a cartoon character. But in terms of that, like other Shizuoka reveals, the Ashtaran and the Visago, I'm actually quite excited for them because like there was for the longest time I really wanted to pick up the for the longest time I really wanted to pick up the what is it? The Versago chest break, the original 1/144 scale version, and I never pulled the trigger on it, mostly because like somebody snagged it before I could, and I just couldn't be bothered to look for another one. But now we have, for God's, oh my god, this is so annoying. I want to move on, but we're literally stuck on the first step. Help. Oh my god, help. Ah! I just want to finish this in one setting, come on! I'm sorry, I really am trying here. Don't worry, it's literally the only bad part of MGSDs. Help! Oh, for God's sake! Bandai being pretentious and superfluous as usual. We're gonna be stuck here for like 2 hours trying to put the eyes in. Make sure that the parts are facing their... It's clear! Yes, I cracked that code, but... Take your time, mate. I just want to move on! I just want to move on to the next step. And chat with you guys. Like, mate, I knew I would bloody cry in the 20k stream. Not like this though. Okay. Ah, finally. Welcome to the MGSD experience, yep. MJ generic radio music hater confirmed. Hey! Honestly, the music tracks weren't that bad. They played, what is it? Under Pressure? Under Pressure, Smooth Criminal, Undressed by Somber, if you haven't heard of it. Also have, All Star. I think there's one called In Your Head. I don't know. There's a lot of like generic 80s, 90s tracks, and I don't hate the music. Like if I listened, like literally, if I listened to those tracks off of work, I would enjoy them a lot. And I honestly enjoyed the ones I remember the names of so much. I decided to play Undressed on the piano because it was so bloody easy. But the moments you blast it in my ears, have it be so loud that it feeds into the microphone that I literally have to use to work, and you have to listen to those tracks every single day out of not out of your own free will. That's why I get absolutely wound up at work. Let's not mention the fact that a lot of those picks were gonna be frustrating to all hell because they don't match each other. But honestly, if you have to play music, just tone it down. Are you like literally? You're not running. Like literally, you're not running an auditorium. You're not gonna be holding a concert there. What's the point of having the music be tuned up to 11? Like honestly, those tracks weren't half bad. And honestly, I've listened and I've heard those tracks in played in another VTuber stream that I follow. Small VTubers, by the way, small indie VTubers, and I enjoyed it for what they are. It's just the fact that they are played at work that's the problem. Okay, MG 2.0. Just ordered the Master Grade Death Scythe. Oh my god, that brings me so many memories. No, the Death Scythe, not the Death Scythe Hell. We bought the Death Scythe Hell during my early days, and it brought me. It will bring me back if I have the opportunity to tackle that thing again. But the Death Scythe, I've never had that. But yeah, enjoy it. Just finished the Asia FX like 5 minutes ago. Decided to get it after watching your review. Pretty good kit. Did the sea funnels fall on you? How many forms do Exia have? Images of the R4. Wondered how many variants Exia has. So of course we have the original Exia, and then repair 1 to 4, and then we have the Avalanche Dash. So technically, if you're strictly talking about Exia, we're done. We're done in the real grade line. But if you want to talk about like the Exia lineage, then oh god, we're far from done. It's because we have the Estrella, and I think you can build the Estrella Type B if you use the conical GN drive. And of course you have the Estrella Type F, which you can build into the F2. But we don't have kits for the Estrella Type Black, nor the Avalanche Estrella in 1 to 1/44th scale. And honestly, it just perplexes me, because the Type Blacks would have been such an easy cash grab. All they need to do is just to repaint the plastic, remold the plastic into those black colors, and like they've done for the Plutone Black, and yet they haven't capitalized on it on the Estrella, even though Exia is like one of the absolute love childs of the 00 series. It really perplexes me. Are of MGSD Freedom safety notes? Drive like James May. MG Jinx restock next month. Ooh, nice. I was able to order a kit I've wanted for a while, the Master Grade Turn X. It's been like going around, like making rounds on the internet recently, just because it's such a rare print, and people are digging that fossil of a kit back up. And honestly, I'm glad that it's getting the recognition that it deserves. Because back in the day, we don't really have that many like Gundam YouTubers. Like all we had, like during the time that the Turn X was excuse me, and during the time that the Turn X was released was the early Mecha Gaikotsu. We had Prime 92, and of course we may have some others like Citrus and Strider Prime, and of course I was around, but nowhere near the capacity that I am around for now. But back in the days when the Master Grade Turn X originally released, it barely had any coverage, just because we didn't really have that many like mainstream Gunpla YouTubers. It isn't really until the Gunpla boom of that the pandemic brought about that we had more attention put on YouTubers like the well, like me, for example. And I don't know if you would consider what we are going through now another boom, but hey, we have more like YouTubers that are starting to flood the market. Okay, 7 Masquerade Avalanche half finished behind me. High grade Jinx 4 left hand for the real grade R4. That would work, but I don't know, actually. It looks a little bit different. Not surprised if Bandai released a Masquerade SD Reborn's Gundam. Yeah, they will troll you like that, like they did the Kshatriya. Just check the manual. Do take your time, this is literally the only frustrating part. Ew. I gotta I got a clear kit and it's not help. Yeah, absolutely. Also, the thought of reveal RG XCR4. Yeah, I mean, I am excited for it. It's just that, first of all, it doesn't have any custom left hands for the Kaina, and the only hand that it got is disgusting. And for the fact that they didn't rework, like, I'm not fussed about it, by the way, but because I knew they wouldn't rework it. Like, it was one of the kits that I've been asking for the longest time. But the fact that they didn't rework the inner frame to give it more articulation will bug people by a lot. So whenever I do get it, I am going to be getting the 107 parts, because if there is one Exia variant that really needs the extra mobility, it's the Exia R4. Hope that's right. Australia Type F2 uses all the leftover Exia spare parts. That's because it is literally using the Exia spare parts. In canon, I mean. No, what is it? The C funnels at the moment, they're starting to get a little bit on my nerves now. Luckily, I liked the suit so much, so I'm able to be patient with it, lol. Yeah. Hopefully the C funnels don't fall on you, because the only reason I put that on, I would say suit yourself for that thing, is because it is literally one of the most expensive high-grade H kits, and yet the C funnels, like its main gimmick, is super frustrating whenever they're mounted on the body. And if I could find my copy right now, I would still stand by that. The 2 more items for my birthday haul, but this morning Master Grade Heavy Arms arrived. Nice! Master Grade Heavy Arms. Must be the Endless Waltz version then. Okay, yeah, I still haven't gotten to the second reason why I was barely around any Discord servers like today. The second reason of which is this. I have finally completed the first batch of filming and recording for the high-grade Allesius. I mean, honestly, I really want to make a short. I really want to make a short of my absolutely frustrating experience with it. But unfortunately, I noticed a build error. So I have procured a duplicate, built duplicate, which really hurt my wallet, to do reshoots with. Because I still have the power to rectify an error, and I swore to myself that I would try and minimize like an error, like any errors that I could. So besides like how much I've done with the Allesius, that the review was taking so long, and all the while weaving it between my shifts, I honestly, that was a very preventable mistake that I would have been able to avoid had I known the design any better. But it is what it is. You guys have to wait for it. It will be ready when it's ready. That's my motto for it. Like, and the Xi Gundam, nah mate, I do have the new Xi Gundam, and I'm gonna be doing a review for it eventually, but I am not gonna rush it. Like, literally, after the Allesius, I really wanted something simple to work on. So just to take the edge off. Man, I'm still waiting for mine, Sag. Yeah, I've seen stores with the Allesius pre-orders. There's still it's gonna be released in like July or something like that. Alright, you told me about the Allesius mishap. Yeah, I did. So that's why you guys still need to wait for it. Like, I'm still trying to tally up how many shots I need to like redo. Hopefully it isn't a lot, because I bought that duplicate through proxies, and I am gonna be waiting. for a little bit longer before I get that package shipped out, because I also bought the was something I'm excited for, the high grade Gundam Barbatos Adapt, and of course I bought the D Gundam second because why not? But yeah, the Gundam Barbatos Adapt is one of like my most the kits I'm most excited for this year, only owing to the new Gundam frame that they've molded for the high grade. But that's about it. So I'm still waiting on that, and of course there's a lot of goodies coming in that package. So hopefully you guys will look forward to the future content. The Adapt looks cool, yep. Cool, Allesius, we'll love to get that one. I love how cluster blue it looks. Yep. Yeah, Allesius, finally. Sorry, Iman, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you will still have to wait for at least like a week or two before the review is ready. Because I still have the power to make changes to my video and not have the errors bug me. Granted, I really could have just done a comment on the video and just say, oh, there's a build error here, I'm sorry about that. But I'm gonna, like, you know me, I take everything to the extreme. So if I still have the power to make my video error free, I would, no matter what it takes. And I have an idea of like who I was gonna be giving that Allesius to, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about another overgrown chicken taking up my space. Honestly, be more worried that Jury's gonna get another chicken and name that Allesius. Zaku 1 Thunderbolt version restock in November, finally, yeah. Saw a lot of that in the timeline today, and man, I need it right now. Trust me, you don't. You really don't. Like, maybe it's just because, like, the pain that I've gone through, honestly, may just be because it's just me being pedantic. But, oh my god. The fact that it has structural issues, like with a lot of these small but integral parts. Like, I've had the legs fall off on me, I've had the front skirts really just refuse to stay on. And the transformation is absolutely confusing, and it was all like it all improved the second I took the armor off. Okay, there goes the face. Like everything that I don't like about the Allesius is immediately rectified when I remove the armor. That's because the new Gundam mass production type is literally the highlight of it. But I have also ran into the issue of those absolutely fragile holsters of for the beam sabers, and you know what? It's easily fixable if you can drill precisely, which I am not good at. So it really took me a lot of effort to just fix those bloody beam saber pegs. And yeah, it's just a lot of faff that I would be able to tell you guys in a more organized manner with a scripted short. So after I'm done with that, I'll just tell you guys, like, I'll just make a short describing my experience, because like there's an idea in my head. Speaking of head, here is the Barbatos' head. Looks pretty nice if I'm honest. My window's finally giving me a cool breeze. I still have the fan on, and my room, like, I don't know why, every single room that I go into always keeps the heat in. Like, whenever it's hot, any room that I go to keeps the heat in very well. Whenever it's cold, my room is always the coldest. And granted, like, I do like keep some of my windows open even if it's cold, just because I want the air to flow better so that it doesn't trigger my allergies. But damn, today's a bloody scorcher, isn't it? Okay. Also, the neck articulation of Gundam Barbatos Adapt is like the red Gundam G Clocks. Bandai really went beyond the time to make the IBO frame great again. Yeah, on one of the designs that needs it the least. Like, no offense to the Barbatos Adapt, I think that Bandai implementing the extra articulation is absolutely fantastic. But personally, after I'm done with the review, I am going to be harvesting that frame for something else. And I'll be putting the old frame back into the Barbatos Adapt if it doesn't actually need it, because it's just 2 swords and basically just hand-to-hand CQC. So it really didn't need the new frame if you ask me. So I'm probably going to be harvesting that for something that actually does need it. Depending on how it actually functions, or how it works, like how well it works for the Barbatos Adapt, given how minimal its feature set is. And the beam blade effects breaking on you had to deal with several times. I'm not talking about Foxy. I'm not talking about the effect parts. I'm talking about the storage pegs of the mass production new Gundam. And the thing is, it doesn't plug in all the way. Like literally, if they made those pegs for the beam sabers longer, I think it would be much better, because when I tried to get into those pegs with my drill, it pushed the peg deeper into the saber handle, and it's like I literally had to destroy the peg if I want any chance of plucking that back out. So ultimately, luckily, I have some runner parts that are 2mm thick. So I just drill a hole into the saber holster, use those pegs, and glue them in. That's the short of it. Of course, correcting imprecise drilling and whatnot, that's gonna be a whole nother story. But it's a lot. Trust me, the Allesius is a lot. That's rough. Yeah, indeed, that's rough. Seeing this being built reminds me that I still have to build my Master Grade SD Barbatos in amongst my other backlog of Gunpla kits, which is only amplified with the I got in 24th birthday today. Hey, will OBS play GIFs? I really should put this separately, shouldn't I? Yep, it will play. Hey, happy birthday! Anyways, I did not use the beam blade on my Master Grade Wing Gundam EW, so I don't think I should have that problem with those 2 heavy arms. Is also getting one. Ah, I see. Also, the neck. Okay, yeah. I had to get a second copy of the Masala because the parts in the first wouldn't attach to the torso at all. How did that happen? How? Like, sounds like quality control took a break, didn't it? Okay, B23 and D6. My god. Also, among that package, as promised, because I hit 20,000 subscribers before it released, I also have the Metal Robot Spirits Gundam Allesius. I've seen a couple of reviews for it, and honestly, it's all I could ask for from the Allesius. It looks to be a pretty good figure if you ask me, but unfortunately the box says bugger all because it has the art on the front and just the Iron-Blooded Orphans 10th anniversary logo on the back. So the box has bugger all to tell us, and literally none of the Japanese reviewers showed us the manual. In case the so I am highly suspecting that the manual says absolutely nothing about why the Allesius cape has the Baklazan family crest on it, which is like literally the only reason why I made it my my subscriber goal video, so that I could actually give you guys the lore, if any were actually revealing that. It's wrong. Is it wrong? I hope the D Gundam second comes with a hand giving the bird like the one manga panel. No, but honestly, I think because they need to keep it marketable, I highly doubt that Banner would have done it. It's just a hunch. It feels like kind of building a real grid with how small it is. Bless you. That's all I have to say. Taking notes, if I ever get that abomination, sand down those pegs. No, you don't want to sand down the beam saber pegs. Oh yeah, the armored units of the Allesius is very clunky. And yeah, the issue of fragile beam saber peg issues. Lots of it. Even the Japanese people in X had that problem. Yeah. Oh, do you want to harvest that new IBO frame for your custom? Nah. Do it. It's your kid. Do whatever you want, MJ. Yeah. Yeah. If the Barbatos adapt didn't need it as badly as some others, I will be harvesting that frame. I'm interested in the high green iris of Apex, but I have zero space for it. The standard struggles of model kit collectors. Gunpla backlogs or the perfect grade Mark II. Honestly, kind of intimidated to build it because if any mistake will set me back a lot. Yeah, that was literally what happened with the Allesius for me. Like, it literally set me back £90 just to buy a duplicate for reshoots. Honestly, like I know like I said, I know I shouldn't have done it, and I know it's very preventable. But my god, I couldn't live with myself if I didn't like rectify that issue when I noticed it. Like, it was literally towards the end of the painting as well, so I couldn't strip hours upon hours of work just to fix like maybe a handful of shots in my video. I'm still trying to tally that up. After the real grade XL real R4, Bandit Dynamis R3 as a master grade. Maybe not. I don't know. They barely did anything for like the for 00's 10th anniversary. So maybe. Have you seen the new Hathaway movie? No, I haven't. And the good and bad thing is, it's releasing in the autumn season in the UK. Granted, them releasing it at all is pretty good all in and of itself. But having to wait like at least until like September or at worst November, that's the big kicker for me. Because like the movie premiered in like what? The beginning of the year? I think beginning of the year, February, and then Americans got it in May, which they just did. And you're telling me that we over here in England, well in the UK, have to wait for another couple months before we're able to see it. When we're already getting like leaks and official scene releases and whatnot. My god, like I don't know what to think about that situation. I really don't. Do you also make a cameo explanation for the Gundam Unicorn brother? Yeah, I did. I did make a cameo appearance in Zethathonics' Unicorn Gundam video. Okay, so 2456B. Damn, I spent 112 and it's still not here. I mean, that kit is built, and I bought it from a proxy service, so it's gonna add up eventually. I saw the Master Grade EX SF? Oh, Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom. My god. Please talk me out of getting it. My wallet hurts. I mean, its extreme point is that it has 6 shades of gold, like either injection or coated gold. It's not even chrome. It doesn't even have it has multiple tones, but it's not really that special. And because its extreme point is the gold, it would be a rather big waste to put the armor on. And if you're not putting the armor on, you're not getting like at least half the value of the kit. But if you do put the armor on, you'll be obscuring a lot of the extreme point that made it an MGX in the first place. And to top it all off, it costs like something like about 130 quid or something like that. I've seen it for like 1,100 Hong Kong dollars back when it first released, so that's the only reason why I didn't get it. It was far too expensive for me. And because I don't really like master grades, so yeah. Gold. Yeah, I love all the MGSDs. I listen to you until my birthday next month. So what I said is getting on more today. Oh my god. 200 here at the hobby shop, I saw that, yeah. MGSD, well, MGEX Strike Freedom Clear looks really good. Yeah, it does. Meaning September. Bandai will celebrate 0020s with more seed merch. Basically, yeah. Yeah, we barely got anything 00 back in 2018, and yet they still release seed constantly. Just because they know seed is a marketable name, despite how questionable the quality is. What else was revealed in Shizuoka? The full mechanics Gray's Eye. Like, I was expecting more IBO, but I didn't expect it to be that. Because literally, when Bandai did the original run for the full mechanics IBO merchandise, they literally told us that they'd be done after releasing 4 of them, which they did for like a long while. So they released the Barbatos Lupus, the Lupus Rex, the Vidar, and the Bale in 1/100 full mechanics form, and they've literally gone radio silent. The next thing we got that is 1/100 scale out of IBO was the Master Grade Barbatos, and then that went silent again until we got the Master Grade Vidar and the Master Grade Barbatos Lupus. So for them to return to the 1/100 full mechanics line was a bit unexpected, if I'm honest. It was very unexpected. So I don't think I'm gonna be picking that up, because first of all, it's literally a complimentary piece. Wait, what? Why did my camera turn off? Something's wrong. Something's really, really wrong. Right. Yeah, it genuinely wouldn't be one of my streams if we don't run into one of these issues. Yeah, it's gone. I fixed it, okay? I gotta be wary though, because it is getting a bit hot. So I don't know. D14. Local Hobby Lobby during a 40% off sale. And snag guys who don't have an attachment to that suit, blame Kira. Yeah, I wouldn't blame ya. We back. Yeah, we're back. Man, I got to him. Yeah, Yeah, Bandai got to me for reviewing resin kits. Oh no. Oh no, my Nether Gundam and Tequila Gundam videos are gonna get flagged. What should I do? Oh no. Oh no, the channel I worked hard to get to 20,000. Oh no. Anyways. My god. But yeah, I gotta keep an eye out on my camera now. Just because the last time I ran in... I don't even know what the issue is. Like, maybe it just ran out of battery because I was just filming, like, a couple of minutes ago? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so now this goes... Okay, I got it on the wrong side. This goes here, this goes here, and then the piston plugs into the chest. Okay, got it. MG getting taken down. Yeah, that's why I would never be able to work with Bandai. Not only did I review third-party kits, I am brutally honest with their products and actually deterred a couple of purchases. So of course Bandai wouldn't like that. Why would they like that? But it really isn't one of my streams without a technical issue, is it? Oh, shut up! Who sent me that? I gotta be a better streamer. I gotta always keep in mind to turn on Do Not Disturb on my phone before I do stream. MJ, don't buy it. Bandai. Nani? He spoiled the Tequila High Grade EX. Oh my god. Gray's Eye Full Mechanics. Frame base. I think they're reusing the actual standard Gray's frame. Like, that's the whole thing about the Full Mechanics line, is that they basically reuse the engineering of the original 1-100 line. Notice the moment that he said seat was bad, his camera starts to die. Okay then. Okay then. Bandai really doesn't like me shitting on their cash cow, do they? Bloody hell. Let me catch up on chat actually. I also have a Brandy Fox in the Brady Fox in that Kyokai Senki kit, yeah. Almost done with my Master Grade F80 gun raid. I really want to get a Master Grade F90. Are you gonna like Judo, are you gonna go down the rabbit hole of getting the A to Z packs, all of them? Like, because if you are, you're getting all the armor racks as well. That's gonna be a massive investment. Like, still, I have yet to see somebody arrange what packs we have into like an Iron Man display with the racks and all, and just with one F90 in the middle, so that they can swap the packs in, like, swap the packs on the fly, if you know what I mean. What real grade would you want next? My copium, yeah, I want a real grade Master Gundam as well. That's the only reason why I didn't buy the high grade. The second most wanted real grade I have is a Double Zeta Gundam, because given how well that Bandai made the Gao Gaigar, I really want to see them tackle the Double Zeta Gundam now that we have like a more matured real grade engineering that can actually handle such a transformation. See good, leave Bandai stream alone, Bandai. For Poncho. It's not the seed, but the John Bandai almost got him yet. I actually had the mission packs available to me for the F90. Yeah, real grade Master Gundam. I really hope so. Would you say the X is the most popular main character's first Gundam besides... No. I would say the Freedom is. Like, every single time Bandai has the opportunity to do a Freedom Gundam, they jump on it. Like, there is a reason why every single build title has a variant of the Strike Freedom in it. There's a reason why. And of course they did like a Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom, they did the Mighty Strike Freedom, and of course they did a good old lazy cash grab, that is the Strike Freedom Type 2, where they literally did what I did, which is transplanting the original backpack over to the original, like the Mighty Strike Freedom body, which honestly, sensible, but the proportions don't work. If you guys didn't know, as far as I've heard, the high-grade Cosmic Era Strike Freedom Gundam was designed by Naoki. You know, the same designer that did a lot of the build designs, like the Cathedral, the Tall Strike Gundam Glitter, I think the Stormbringer is also a Naoki design. I really don't remember. Oh yeah, the High New Vraben Influx are designed by Naoki as well. So as far as I've heard, that the original high-grade Cosmic Era Strike Freedom was designed by Naoki. And now, with the Mighty Strike Freedom, they've tried to embrace the original design language did by Kunio Okawara. So that's why the proportions really didn't work when I transplanted the... How do I put this on again? When I transplanted the... Oh, for God's sake. Oh, there we go. When I transplanted the original Strike Freedom backpack to the Type 2. But Bandai, being Bandai, literally did what I did, but added a couple of display arms and a new set of Wings of Light. Fair enough. Because God knows if they're ever going to re-release the DX set. And of course, because of the new attachments and arms, the Dragoons actually are useful because they have some tailored adapters and attachment parts. But my God, that was such a lazy thing. Like, I don't know how we ended up here, but we were besides the first Gundam, I think Bandai's love child is literally the Strike Freedom. Any opportunity they have to make a Strike Freedom, they'll literally jump on it, and no matter how good, how bad, how much effort they put into it, people will suck it up because it's the Strike Freedom. And trust me if I say that they'll be releasing an updated proportion Strike Freedom for Seed Freedom Zero with the Okawara proportions and all. Because why not? The only reason they designed the Allesius is because they needed something to market for Hathaway. So what's stopping them from making yet another Strike Freedom to market to cash in on Seed being Seed, you know? If they make a Master Gundam, real great Master Gundam with Fun Psyche, I'm throwing my wallet at Bandai HQ. If the Fun Psyche isn't like immobile, then, because I still don't like how they reused the high grade Fun Psyche for the real grade God Gundam expansion parts. Like literally half the price is Fun Psyche, because the effect parts had literally next to no effect on the price. It's literally because they needed more content for their parts, so they just threw in Fun Psyche. I don't think I'd be getting every single A to Z pack. I am not American. I am in Jupiter. We don't have P-Bandai here. Oh, that's sad. Gundam XC is my favorite introduction of a mecha named Gundam before Wish from Mercury series released, and I watched all of it before finally buying the high grade from Wish from Mercury as my first Gunpla. Ah, so you're one of those who watch from the sidelines before finally deciding to join in. By the time G Witch came out. Ah, I see. I mean, the Strike Freedom appeared 3 times on the top 10 of the popularity poll. Yep. Oh God. Bless. Why is it so bright? Yeah, this is why I never have my camera on automatic. Because, like, it literally just overexposes it when I move the lights. I really need a dedicated streaming setup if I were to be doing this, like, more often than I am, but... I really don't have time for that because I am busy suffering in the freezer. Not even this massive tail could keep me warm. Okay, what if Gundam was set in Neptune? True. We never really explored the possibility of going to the other gas giants. As for me, I've just built the Austrian parts Giant Gatling and combined it with the spare Austrian parts. Launcher Striker back support on to make a Gatling Striker back. Might add 2 sword shoulder armor. That's a good concept actually, Jedi Knight. Strike Freedom is basically your typical Isekai MC. It's perfect in everything without any flaw, basically. How long? Oh well, 1 hour. And we're only on the chest. Don't know if we're going to be able to finish this in one sitting. Highly doubt it, but it is quite simple and it's quite fun to build. Honestly. Like, besides the absolutely infuriating eyes, the rest of it is pretty straightforward. Like, you're getting... well, maybe you're most into real types like I am, so maybe the fact that it's in the SD proportions would probably turn you off. But you're getting quite a simple build that also has the essence of building a master grade. Because the major reason why I don't like to build master grades is because they feel very intimidating to me. Like, there's so much going on. Like, not the more modern master grades toned it down quite a lot, but the older master grades, there's so much going on and literally so much to do to get this kit built that it just intimidated me. So the fact that you're getting like a sort of pseudo master grade experience with this is pretty good actually. Like, you're getting more content than a high grade. It's nowhere near as complex as a proper master grade. So you're essentially getting the best of both worlds, except for the fact that you're ending up with an SD. So if you don't like SDs, this may turn you off, but it is still a pretty decent experience, if I may be honest. Also, I have my first H runner now. We need real great movable horse boy John Bandai, which from Neptune. I know he won the chaotic option. I hope we get a Victory V2 Gundam. That's the second coming of the real grade Zeta. Nah, I highly doubt it would be that bad. I highly doubt it would be as bad as the Verka kits as well, because as far as I've heard from literally everybody, the Verka of Victory 2 was absolutely horrendous because of how frustrating it is due to the transformation mechanism. What thing damaged or destroyed the Strike Freedom? Nothing. The only thing that was able to stand up to the Strike Freedom were the Black Knights, and yet they got dispatched because stakes didn't matter anymore towards the end of the movie. We always need a happy ending in these parts. Yeah, speaking of story, in Latin America, we're kind of pissed that Spain made the F-91 the top pick for the Spanish-speaking country, since we want Tequila as our top pick. Yeah. I have nothing to say there, because I don't even have enough knowledge to offend anybody. But yeah, speaking of story, I have finally started to work on the Orth Hunt video again. And I'm on chapter 10, the second half of chapter 10. So there's literally like 5 chapters left before I'm finished with the script, and I really don't know if I want to do some proofreading or whatnot. But anyways, I am back to making progress. It's just all because of work and videos that I wanted to make that got in the way of me making that video. But whatever. So I'm on chapter 10, the second half. And I haven't started it yet because I took today to relax. And of course, well, recently, Subnautica 2 when Forza Horizon 6 came out, and I absolutely enjoyed playing those games. So I spent quite a bit of time playing those games, not gonna lie. So I was kind of lazing around, but I damn well deserve it because of the massive overgrown turkey, okay? But yeah, I was back in working the Orth Hunt video, and the more I worked on it, the more I actually liked the story. It's like, it's not particularly, like, it's not the best thing since, it's not the best, it's not the best thing since sliced bread, but it is still enjoyable. And I am so mad that a lot of the movie, like, cut out so much background, character development, and mainly focused on Wistario's side of the hunt, which really isn't all there is. So the quicker I get that video out to you guys, the better. But obviously, because it's such a long project and it may end up in like a 3-4 hour video, I really want to take my time with it. So long as I get it done before the end of the year, that's all I can ask for. MGSD isn't really super deformed, more like Gundam and small. Well, it's still like the 2-to-1 proportion in SD. So, to me, an SD is an SD, period. If you have the 2-to-1 large head proportions, then that's an SD. And because I'm not particularly interested in SDs, I really didn't go for it, especially with my experiences with the the SDEX standard line, because that line was an absolute nightmare. The moment I saw some kid in a convention pick up the SDEX standard Wing Zero, and it's like, good luck, buddy. You're gonna need it. High-grade Barbatos Adapt pulls crazy poses. That's all because of the new frame. And like I said, if I determine for it to not be necessary, I will be stripping that frame and transplanting it onto another Gundam frame. So I will have 2 empty Gundam frames for my own projects. What they are, I'm not gonna tell you guys. Double O Season 1 has the smartest grunts. What do you mean smartest grunts? Kira would have survived L's without a scratch on his Strike Freedom. Haru's was destroyed and is the much more powerful machine. And Caradum can literally do beam spam. Not Caradum, Zabanya can literally do beam spam, and yet that still didn't survive the war. But honestly, the only benefit to the Douse that the Strike Freedom has is that it has the benefits of reused animation and absolutely crap writing. That's all it is. Jinx based. The real Orth Hunt's treasure is the friends we made along the way, our plotline so far. Nah, the treasure is the data that they've been hunting for. And I really, really want them not to right click. I really want them to finish it off. Just come out with the last part and finish the story off. I mean, they really weren't strangers to making contrivances in that story, because Catcher Inashi survived being struck by space lightning, and I don't know, but they really should just finish that story off, because there's literally only 1 point of interest left, and they've introduced, like, they've ended the movie on a cliffhanger. Like, they ended the movie on a cliffhanger, meaning that they are planning to do more with that story. What that is, I don't know, but they better finish it off. An SD is an SD, it can't be half an SD. Yeah. It's still bloody hot. Like, after I'm done with this stream, I really need to take a shower. There's a bug in the room. Luckily, I don't live in the land down under. Otherwise, I'll be freaking out like Crony saw that spider that one time. Literally, I see so many spiders right now. It's just so commonplace to me. That's our ribbons gave everyone jinxes. Yeah. I did give myself an jinx, as I mentioned earlier, specific a variant from build. Do you mean the striker or the accelerant? Because I really want to do a re-review for the accelerant. I may have Gundam Build Fighter's amazing obsession, but yeah, I really want to do a re-review of that of the accelerant jinx. I really do. By the way, after this stream, I'm probably gonna be opening up a post to let you guys do the Q&A stuff. So like I said, I promised to do the Allesius review, and I'm doing the stream currently, and I will be opening up a post to let you guys put out the Q&A stuff, and whether or not we answer those in a live stream or a video, I'm not sure, but I'll probably be doing a video for it. Not sure yet, but anyways, I'm gonna be opening up the post to let you guys put your questions in. Oh god. It's only giving me trouble because I'm trying to rush, but hey. Spiders are friends. No, specifically Ogre, which contains 3 sets of hips for some reason. I completely forgot the Ogre Jinx existed, because it was completely overshadowed by the GP last hits 10. And to be honest, I am slightly tempted to get the Ogre Jinx. Although the effect parts may trigger my my PTSD from potentially losing my age collection, but we'll see. I really hope it's somewhere within the furniture. Alright, shoulders and arms. They'll be done by these 2 pages. The assembly instructions resume on page 10. This feels like a test paper, doesn't it? Like, okay, you get a data file, and you get a couple of questions on it. The exam will resume on page blank. This feels like an exam instruction sheet or something like that. I don't know. I still have dreams of me doing the public exam, even though I'm like, what is it? The last time I took it was in 2020, so it's almost like 7 years ago. Yes, I know. I know I said 6, 7. What of it? I can see the version of a Zaf soldier having the absolute giant balls of steel to go toe-to-toe with the Strike Freedom in 1. Yeah, that would require a lot of plot armor. Quick critique on Thunderbolt Gundam. The double Zeta like mobile suit at the end of Thunderbolt. I haven't seen nor watched like Thunderbolt entirely. I haven't read it at all, and I've only gone through like the Bandit Flower midway, and I couldn't watch it. Literally, I couldn't stomach it. And I've watched that before a stream because I literally had some time to kill, but I've never gone back to it at all. Akira destroys 20 mobile suits in a few seconds in his new Strike Freedom without any training. Yeah, because he has a massive map wipe skill. That's why I also brought up I'm getting my first aged runner. Oh, I getcha. I mean, CB's Gen 3 needed Trans Am to buff and 2 mobile armors to have a chance against the Jinx. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Jinx is basically what CB planned with the I Gundam if CB had the resources and manpower. And ultimately, it fell into the wrong hands. Okay. Cure destroys. Yeah, we're altering. So it turns out today marks the 35th anniversary of Stardust Memory. I hope we eventually get new kits for the Gundam with that series. Do you see like Bandai making a fuss out of it? Like at all? Like, I think Stardust Memory is just shoved in the back of everyone's minds at this point, except for the Gundam fans. Like the boffins at Bandai don't really care about those kind of side story series, except for when they can make money out of it. And to be fair, knowing me, I wouldn't blame them. because I'm not really that big a fan of the GP series. But since you've mentioned it, I might as well get one of the reviews I have in mind done, because I do have the GP03 Stamen, and I've been wanting to get a review of that out for like the last couple years, honestly. Like, I bought that kit while I was still in me old place back in 2023, 4 or something like that. I think it was, wait a second, I couldn't remember. No, I think it was, I couldn't remember now. It was an MCM event, which I went to London for, so it was probably 2024. That's when I got my GP03 Stamen. I built it, enjoyed it, and I shoved it in the backlog because we were preparing to move. So I haven't gotten to it yet, but to be honest, with me wanting to work on simpler kits for the time being, it may be a perfect option for it. I'm probably also gonna put Ogre as a member of Celestial Being for my Gunpla groups. I mean, make your own headcanon, nothing's stopping you. I thought there are some licensing issues with Stardust Memory because the PS3 store, everything with Stardust Memory DLC was removed. They'll also bring back War in the Pocket before Stardust Memory. I've never heard of that. I've never heard Stardust Memory ever having any like licensing issues, because they put that in G-Gen Eternal with no problems at all. To be fair, they did put Sentinel in G-Generation Eternal on the condition that they didn't use the characters from it, so maybe a licensing issue isn't really that bad in terms of putting them in games. But I don't know, I am not really that into the logistics of like copyrights and whatnot. Never really follow it. If Kara died in Seed, everything would be fine. Yep, indeed. Let me try and catch up on chat. The only freedom I like is the Perfect Strike Freedom Rouge. Fair enough. But Amazing Strike Freedom. Seriously, after that review, that was the Amazing Strike Freedom is my favorite version of the Strike Freedom. You can't you can't talk me out of it. Gotta go to bed. Good luck building, and congrats once again. Hey, thank you PR4. Thank you for popping by. Have a nice sleep. Context, in my current continuity, all mobile suits are astronomical dolls in 1/12 scale, so Unicorn is like 9 feet tall. That was literally like one of the ideas that I had while I was little, like treating the Gundams not as mobile suits but as like Iron Man armor suits. I don't know if it's because I didn't understand the essence of this part's a bit tricky. Oh wait, so it goes like this, and there's huh? What? Oh wait a second, I haven't even put on D19 to it. So maybe that's where the track is. excuse me. The main character's focus. Yeah, honestly, I really think they really shouldn't have shifted the main characters at all in Seed Destiny. I don't know why they did that. Okay, so what? Eh? Okay, so this part slides in here. Ah, push it into click. Nice. Shin deserved that cure kill so much. Yeah. It'll probably be more obvious if you find American Gundam skits in the second episodes. 1/12 scale for everything. I mean, if you have something that I can watch about that, I would love to see like the results of that headcanon. I admit, I do have bias towards Stardust memory designs. I remember getting the launch MSIA version of the GPO-1 full burner as a kid, and the winner is still a fantastic theme. I don't really have like an attachment to the opening theme of Stardust Memory, but that's a nice story. Like, I admit, I do. How did you like it actually? Like, how were the Mobile Suit in Action figures? Because I've only seen the G Gundam ones. I've never really looked into the other ones, and I think I don't know. I think it may have died off after Robot Damashi became a thing, but I'm just guessing. I really hope they were good, given what I've seen from the G Gundam series. Men of Destiny is even better. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know you're talking about songs, but I haven't really looked into the Gundam like the old Gundam opening themes. It's the only MSIA I know. It was alright for what it is. I've heard that the Stardust memory kits are notoriously bad. Which ones though? Because if it's the high grades, they're just dated. There's nothing bad about, at least based on my experiences for the Stamen, it isn't bad. It's just dated. But for the real grades, that's where the that's where the argument came from, because the Zephyranthes and the Full Burner both have the core block mechanic, and while the Zephyranthes is it's a pretty straightforward design, so there really isn't anything that could go wrong. The Full Burner, with its teeny tiny verniers and with its parts producing a loss risk, not to mention that because of the core block mechanic, everything was loose. So yeah, that's why people really don't like the real grade GPO-1 at all. And speaking of which, I really want to go back and watch Robert 184's reviews on both of them. Even though he's not like the most accurate person out there, but I want to watch it for the most, like, the entertainment value and the nostalgia for it. My god, those were the days when you have Robert 184 delivering all of the newest Gunpla releases in his typical humor. I miss those days, man. I still miss the guy. Like, if he actually made like reviews this like today, I would still watch him. And he would have been such a unique unique content creator, because even though he divides his stuff into parts, like his unique sense of humor and his review style is like far removed from what we know of Gunpla reviews today. Hang on, I'll link a photo of the figure in box on the Discord. I'll expect you to put it on stream dump if you're in my server. Okay then. Yeah, it's an action figure. It's a decent action figure from the looks of it. Dendrobium statement review when? Never. I'm not buying the Dendrobium. I've been meaning to make a proper episode 1, but keep freaking procrastinating. And also Mazaku Green is 4 for square part, China is 4 for 9 if I remember correctly. Gym Type C, wonderful build, actually started to work, giving custom shoulder pad upgrade. I also have the Gym Type C. And it's a pretty decent build. In all honesty, it's a pretty decent build. I've been meaning to review it, but yeah. Again, I couldn't get to it. But, like I said, I want simple stuff. So, a gym, a grunt suit, prime simple stuff right there. I could easily knock it out if I actually finish the script. Especially because I wanted to know whether or not I want to get another one, because I do have the Type C wagtail parts available, because I wanted to make a Gym Type C wagtail as like one of the only other Traitor to Destiny kits out there. Like seriously, Bandai really needs to give Advance of Zeta Traitor to Destiny some more attention. Still no mechanical clear. FU Bandai. Yeah, definitely. Also, my C type does have a G-line knockoff head installed. The worst one is the 1991 GPO2, since they colored it in grey instead of white. I've actually seen that from Kakarot's video, with him saying that how it's like one of the worst kits for its time. The only C Destiny UC copy I like is a Dom Trooper, because in the end, it feels like the end of the results on the CGU and the ZGMF line. I still honestly feel like they should have gone with something else instead of creating knockoffs for everything. Like, I'm not particularly fond of the Dom Trooper. The 1:144 scale one. Yo, wanna review any Sheik mainline kit? Are you just talking about China-pla in general? Because I do have the Arcade Pink 2 that I still need to review. And by the way, recently I have finished up the base. I finished building the action base, and I really love the electromagnetic lights. When I plug the base into a power source, it immediately lit up everything. And granted, it does have some lights that I need to turn on manually, but the electromagnetic lights, when you put it near the coils, they immediately light up. I really love that. It's such, I don't know, it's such an intuitive way to provide like lighting to a kit without extensive wiring. I think genuinely more lighting kits like that should exist. Really. How is he holding the nipper like a kunai with that? It's crazy. That's how I learned, okay? Like, I know you're supposed to go from, go like this and go from the bottom up. I know that. But it's like, I learned to ride the bicycle with reversed controls. So, it's kind of hard to learn it properly again. And this works better for me anyways. And, I don't know. It's just the way I learned. Like, I learned to hold it upside down, and nobody criticized me for it. But yeah, it's a little bit weird again, holding it in the proper way now. In those kits, they use POM, POK material instead of ABS plastics, which makes it heavy sturdy. Oh yeah, thank you MSP. Bro doing it the successful way. Thank you for reminding me that I actually, if you check chat, I have emotes now. So if you're a channel member, which you can join by clicking the join button for as little as £2.99 a month, you can access those emotes. And unfortunately, because I commissioned 9 and I can only add so much because I basically have no members, I only have 8. Which honestly, thank you guys so much for joining the memberships if you have. But the more members I have, the more slots, the more emote slots open up to me. So if you want to access those emotes, feel free to join the channel memberships and give a little bit monetarily to the channel if you feel like it. Don't feel obliged though, really. Don't feel obliged to support me monetarily. You don't have to. But if you want to access those emotes, you'll have to be a channel member to do so. Hell no, I ain't affording that. My back is just hurt at this point. Funny emotes, game over. Like I said, don't feel obliged to do that. Are you gonna add any more goals to sponsor? I have no idea actually. Like, the goals that I have at the moment have all been met, and I really need to sit down and do like a brainstorm. Oh, I already cut that piece out. I need to sit down and do like a brainstorming session for what I want to do with the channel, except for clear out my recording backlog. So, any more goals to sponsor? At the moment, no, because I don't really have much to work for or work towards. But eventually, maybe I'll add more goals to sponsor if I do have like a grand video idea that I want to execute on. Like, for example, if I may review like a master grade or whatnot, then maybe I'll do another crowdfunding campaign for that. Because the Exia one did go rather well. But if you guys want to just tip me, then fair enough. Sorry mate, at the moment Gunpla got me broke. My addiction has skyrocketed so much, I'm here to watch you build something, lol. Fair enough. If you want to live your ideal life vicariously through me, I don't mind. I don't judge. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming for about half an hour more. Then I'm gonna end it, because I want a little bit of time to myself. Honestly, I just want to keep playing games, honestly. But I want a little bit of time to myself just to do more tallying for the Allesius, just to make sure I got all the shots that I need to redo on the list, so I can immediately get cracking once the package arrives. And I just want to have some time to myself just to relax to some more Forza Horizon, if you guys know what I mean. Oh, hey! Hey! Wait a minute. Burnout Fool. Thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know if it's because I didn't log into Streamlabs that my... Come on, alert me, you knob. Alert me. But yeah, next time I'll have to log into Streamlabs. Actually, can I test it out? I completely forgot how to work my alerts, but I'll do it in a bit. I'll do it in a bit and record it, but okay, after MJ saying ideal is the sound of heaven for a PM fan. There's your sponsor support, lol. Hey, thank you, Burnt Out Full. Thank you for the 10 gifted. To, Wait, you gifted a membership to yourself? Oh my god. To Gunpla Freak, Varanus, TCG, Rocky Bird, Last Effect, Psycho Black, Cyclone Joker, Kevin Kun, Spaded, Pro. Yeah. Congrats on receiving those gifted memberships. Man, Bandai's hate for the Reborns is unreal. Which tier did you gift? Because that's a lot. So you probably would do more China reviews, or ones more for stuff like the ones reviewed by Zaka Allesius. Well, if the XR4 releases successfully, then I will be reviewing that as well, because I feel like the one from Bandai. I feel like the one from Bandai really doesn't do it justice. Like, sure, you have the XR4 technically, but the 1/144th scale version, third-party version, actually has more to offer, including an action base styled after the metal build and more left hands. And if you get the first batch, the first run, you'll also get you'll also get a Trans Am left arm. Because if you guys don't know, the whole thing about this XR4 is that it's a test for regional Trans Am activation, a technology that the Celestial Being will be using for the 6th generation Gundams. So you'll be getting a Trans Am left arm if you get the first batch of that. Elite Reborn getting full mechanics back when High Grade Versanko also got leaked out. I don't trust those leaks. Nah, MGSD like the Kshatriya. They also no MSP genuinely. I don't trust those leaks. And I got the wrong part out. Great. And by the way, if I continue this build, would you guys like it to be on or off stream? Because I feel like I owe it to you guys to finish this build. Finish this entire build on stream. But then again, I don't know when I can stream next, because after today I only have tomorrow for my weekdays, and it wouldn't be until like 3 weeks later that I will have another like weekend to stream on. On stream. Sure. That'll give me some time to not this. That'll give me some time to make some preparations. But seriously, how does this part go? I have exams tomorrow. Oh my god, good luck, Yovi. How does this part... Oh my god. Oh. I've been putting it in the wrong way round. Good old ADHD. And so this goes in here. That's the arm piston. Alright, I'll be doing it one arm at a time. Kotobukiya Armored Core Matsukaze something for you? Which Armored Core is it from? Time would answer after all. Yet again, I'm still waiting for a Kotobukiya release. Yeah. China leaky things. I wouldn't trust that, honestly. MGSD Kshatriya only exists to shut people up about an MG Kshatriya. Yep. I would believe that. All MGSD look amazing. I would say end it on stream. Right, so I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this build today. But next time I do stream, we'll probably do the lower body and the weapons. Just to make this a little bit more special, you know? Tank frame and a real tank. Gen 5. Okay, I have no attachment to Armored Core 5, so... Is there a good emulator for me to play any of those? Like, because there's no way FromSoft is gonna port that over. And even if I do have like an emulator for it, I wouldn't be able to play it anyways. Because I don't have a PS3 controller. Yeah, sad. I didn't grow up with I didn't properly grow up with a PlayStation actually. The only opportunities that I had to play a PlayStation was if I'm visiting my cousin's place, and even then, like the most I think we played on that PlayStation was the most vivid memory was when I was playing Plants vs Zombies on that console. The only thing from software would port is Gen 4 because Miyazaki. Speaking of ADHD, I put the lights of Siren on the wrong way and I actually put on glue to erase the seam line. Ah. PS4 emulator is still under development. PS3 already has RPCS3. That's good to note actually. But then again, I don't have a PlayStation controller. That's the only thing that's really keeping me from playing it. Not unless the Xbox controller is compatible, because that's all I have. And also, I really wanted to buy like a PS5. I've wanted to for some time now, just to play Extreme Versus. But we never pulled the trigger on one. And even though we've been here for like over 3 years, where we're starting to finally settle down, we still haven't bought it. Is it on 3? I don't know, Adonis. I don't know. I'm currently waiting for June to come so I can get my MGX Strike Freedom Clear version. What's stopping you, Mr. Nasty? Right, so that's the arm frame, one of the arm frame done. I'm just gonna go arm by arm, just so I don't confuse myself. 15. What do you mean 15,000 yen? A Mega Man Model Kit Sigma 1 is so damn expensive. 15,000 yen. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. Vengeance from Armored Core 5 is so cool because it has the most super robot weapon of the franchise. 6 chainsaws on a drill and powered by a booster. How does that even make sense? We only have Double Trouble from Milktooth, and now the Milktooth's weapons are going to be releasing as an expansion set. Also got the full resin kits of Fairy Leviathan. What is that from? Is that from Mega Man as well? Is it F16? Where in the hell is it? Oh, there it is. The grind blade is a beauty. Is that what it's called? Oh my god. I literally couldn't make heads or tails of it. Like, the only image is that weapon profile image on the wiki, and I literally couldn't make heads or tails of it. I also have the Armored Core Weapon Pack 3. I reviewed that as well. And weapons 1 to 4 I reviewed. I want to review. Actually, I should do more like easy Armored Core videos whenever I could, because I want to review the weapon set 5. Weapon set 6 is literally just what is it? Steel Haze's weapons. And set 7 is Milktooth weapons, as far as I remember. It's from the Mega Man Zero series, but yeah, Fairy Leviathan is in the Mega Man franchise. Looks like the adapter's out now. Yes, and I bought it through a proxy service. So whenever they get it delivered, I'll have the package shipped out. And trust me, whenever it arrives, it's gonna be like top priority for me. Even above the Allesius. Been seeing some photos of the Japanese builders. Seeing photos from them. Yeah, I saw as well. And I really want to get it. I just need to go through the wait for it. I'm thinking about installing Weapon Packs 3 on the Ogre Jinx. Go for it! Like, literally, the Armored Core weapons were literally made in a way that they can also be compatible with Gunpla. So just go for it. I literally have a stash of those Armored Core weapons just for that one day I go back to customization and I suddenly have an idea that I can use those parts for. Like, imagine the Lance bunker setup on a Gunpla, where that has a lot of hard points. You can literally attach a lot of stuff onto it. Attach more weapon ports and all of that stuff. I would love to see like more crossover customization. Like, what would people do using the Armored Core weapons on Gunpla? I would love to see that. Okay. Kotobuki Vengeance because it has the weapon. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to use it to upgrade my favorite Gundam frame. That's literally what I said, Retro. When I'm done with the review, I'm going to use that frame for something else. Can I post the link? Because I made a 1-minute video on the grind blade. Or you can post it in Stream Dump if you wish. In my Discord server. I'm a fool for beam swords. Yeah. I mean, you have the massive laser blade and laser slicer. By the way, one sec. I have something to show you guys. Because I have V1 Freud, I really want to go to that, like, review that someday. Here's the size of the beam blade. Like, literally the Armored Core 6 beam blade included with locksmith. And if I grab a tape measure, I've actually measured this myself. Jesus. Why? Literally why? It's 19.2 centimeters long. Like, if, like, one sec. I'm gonna put it into perspective. Right. So here is the G35 high grade revived Gundam. Here is the beam blade from Locksmith. Why? This is, my god. Like, I have the effect wings Sturm und Drang set for the Epion, which is infamous for making an even bigger beam sword, and this is longer than that. This is the only reason why I really want to get to reviewing Locksmith as soon as I could. And yes, I am also aware that you guys would want me to review more Armored Core stuff, blah blah blah. Yep, I am aware. Is this arm supposed to be that loose or something? It's a no, it's not a pulse blade, it's a laser blade. The pulse blade is what Loader 4 uses. AC4 and 5 when? Don't know. So, well, since the arms are identical, I'm gonna try and build the other shoulder unit and see whether or not it's supposed to be that loose, because there's no way. It reminded me of the green sword of the Crossbones set, but 20 times bigger. Which one do you mean? Okay, I'm sold. Wait a sec. Use AC6 Milktooth weapon for Gundams like Barbatos. Yeah, and thank God, K, it's coming out as a separate weapon set. I saw a lot of interesting kit batches between Armored Core parts and Gunpla 30-minute missions making an original mecha design. Ooh, nice. How much for a kind sir? Hey yo, I said Viren Freud. Ha, you finally buy Master Grade SD. I thought you would never, since you don't like SD. Like I said, I'm not a fan of SDs, but because this is for the 20,000 subscriber special, and it's a reference to one second, because this is this image is massive. It's a reference to this piece of fan art from Chikatori that I am building an SD Barbatos. So it's kind of a way to call back to it to make it special. Vengeance review. I broke the elbow, so be careful. Okay then. Have you ever considered slapping every one year war Xeon melee weapon onto a Zaku for customization? No. I'm sorry, I know there's a lot. Let me go get the name. Okay. If they actually make an effect part of the Coral Oscillator for an eventual Walker at 30-minute mission skit, I'd be on heaven. Yeah. Hopefully so. Because the Coral Oscillator is literally just the Riser's sword. If you use it as charge attack. So if they make an effect part even longer than the one they gave Locksmith, man, that would be ridiculous and very funny at the same time. Wait, it is supposed to be that loose. What? How is it gonna hold the mace if the if the swivel's that loose. Like, look at it. So, okay, fair enough. It's not as loose as I thought, but it's still a little bit looser than I would have liked. Yeah, look at it. It's rotating pretty freely. Hey RB! MJ, hi, I hope you're doing well. I finished my enhanced double Zeta Gundam last night, now I'm doing the full armor part today. Ah, you bought that kit. Mate, good luck. See, that's oh my god, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to do master grades on my channel. It's just too much. Like, there's a lot going on for those master grades. Is this supposed to be this loose? Okay, I'm sold about Armored Core's power bunker. Yeah. It's the real grey crossbow, but the sword is only green on one of the exclusive recolors, but it looks a bit like the real grey crossbow set sword. I have no idea which one you're talking about. I'm not that well versed in exclusive kits. Okay, so B11. So that's where the socket is. So it's not something that I could... It's not my fault. Okay. So whenever I do touch this kit up, if the rigidity of the elbows isn't enough to hold the weapons, I'll have to spray that. Got it. Trust me, I'm feeling the burnout from this kit. I gotta matte coat it and do decals too, so I still got a ways to go. After this, I'm hitting a simple graze build to unwind. Yeah, don't do my mistake. I built 2 resin kits in a row, and the next kit that I literally built was the high-grade Allesius. Like, literally, I only just got it done today, and I've got the final bits of footage done today. But like I said, I need to do reshoots so the video wouldn't come out for a long time, but at least the worst part of it is done. So, and now I'm building a master grade SD. What the hell is wrong with me? But yeah, I really need a very simple build to wind down to. Like, my god. So, I'm not... even though I had the C Gundam, I'm not going to be building it yet. Maybe actually busting out one of those 30-minute missions kits would be a better idea compared to sitting through another complicated build. Because God knows how much more of this I could take. Master grade purist, chud! Yeah, give me a chance, please. Come on. Still need to build the master grade fast version car, but I fear that one. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Chikatori, if you're listening, we need a surprise. We need a surprise expression. We need a surprise and a laughing expression. That's like 2 things I need on the list. Super Fumina review, which uses the G-line guns. That's not Super Fumina, is it? That's just Metaverse Fumina. It's between the Greys, Gustav Karl 00 and the Police Zaku. I just need a nice IBO kit right now. Get the Barbatos adapt. Just build a good old Alto. I don't have one. Wait! Oh. We all make mistakes, lol. Yep, we all do. Then again, like, do you guys get like a sort of power trip when you finish a more advanced build? Like, when I finished like both my Nether and my Tequila Gundam builds, I felt sort of unstoppable, and because I had like a good 13 days off from work, I wanted to tackle another resin kit, but ultimately, like, this is where I ended up today. So ultimately I didn't, but I felt that sort of confidence and felt like I really want to go and do that again. Do you guys feel that? Oh wait, yeah, Avatar Fumina. Alright, your thoughts on the full mechanics Grey's Iron. If they're reusing the old Grey's frame, like I suspect they would, then I don't suppose it would be worthy of the full mechanics tag. But if they're actually making an entirely new frame for the Greysign, then yeah, I'd be happier about it. Because the whole thing about full mechanics is they revived the line with the Calamity Gundam and basically made it what Re 100 was trying to be. So a master grade level aesthetic, so like a high grade build with master grade aesthetics. So that's essentially what Re 100 was trying to do, but essentially just gave us like scaled up high grade kits. And so that's what translated into the no grade 1 to 100 Iron Blooded Orphans line, and eventually the initial full mechanics line. But the Calamity Gundam basically raised the bar by a lot, and that's followed by the Raider, the Ariel, the Forbidden, and their Seed Eclipse variants. So if the Greysign is not going to be using an entirely new frame, then that's definitely going to be a massive letdown. But if they are going to be redoing the frame, then yeah, I could definitely see some people getting excited for it. But personally, I don't really feel that particularly fond of the Greysign, so I'm going to be passing on it unless I change my mind in the advent of the release. So don't count on me to review that, especially when like it's marketed with the Barbatos 6th form master grade, which is rather costly to recreate. What's the worst kit you have ever built? Oh boy, the worst kit. What do you mean the worst kit in terms of quality or in terms of value? Because the worst kit in terms of value that I've ever built is no doubt the Gunpla TR5 Hreru Gigantic Arms Unit. Like, that's one of the only videos that I've actually raged at, because it's such a waste of money due to the very fact that it basically printed two of the same halves of a high grade Hazel just for 2 shields. Real grade Shenanju doesn't even come close. Like, yeah, sure, it's one of the most frustrating, but at least the pain that you go through the build, like for the build, actually rewards you with some good aesthetic. Like, you cannot deny that the real grade Shenanju is one of the best looking real grades in the market, but it's still absolutely worth it if that's all you want. Like a master grade Shenanju but at 1 to 144th scale, at least it looks the part. But the worst kits that I've built for its value is definitely the Gunpla TR5 Hreru Gigantic Arm Unit. I'm excited for every 1 to 100 IBO kit after 2019 because of the Masquerade Barbatos. For what needs the Double Zeta a giant? That's basically what UC Engage did. They gave it like, what is it, the Hyper Mega Cannon or something like that? A massive cannon that hangs over its shoulder. And I remember them actually revealing figures for the UC Engage version of the Zeta and the Double Zeta, like Metal Robot Damashi figures, and apparently they've like gone to the wind at this point because we have never heard of anything about them again. It's weird. And it's like from the same show from like 2-3 years ago, where they revealed like a lot more real types of SD Gundams that are going to be released in Metal Robot Damashi form, like the Command Gundam or the Red Beret Gundam. Like a lot of those figures, for some reason, have just gone completely to the wind after their initial announcement, and we have no idea what the status of them are in the current year. I can't say any of the Gunpla kits I've ever got were truly awful, but the Masquerade RX 7822 2.0 Core Fighter was one of the worst experiences I've had building. If it's just experience, like how bad was it, Matter? How bad was it? But in terms of like worst kit experience, I would definitely have to say the Allesius. But disclaimer, most of that pain was self-inflicted, because it's mostly just me touching up all of the color apps for the Allesius, and by the time that video comes out, you guys will understand why. Worst kit I've built is the Real Great Ale Strike. It sucks. I've never built the Real Great Ale Strike, but I've built the Real Great Built Strike, and it's nowhere near as bad as, first of all, what people were saying, and secondly, the Real Great Akatsuki, the very kit that uses the Real Great Strike's frame. It's nowhere near as bad as that. So, just goes to show that the Real Great Akatsuki was definitely not a good idea. But I didn't put the Real Great Akatsuki as one of my worst experiences, because the rest of it is still solid. Like, the looks were solid if you don't mind the gold chrome, and the rest of the kits, they've taken the real grade Freedom Gundam GCP approach has its merits. Like, to be fair, yes, it does reuse the old hips, the old arms, but they've redone like most of the central mass. So it essentially has like half of modern engineering. So the Real Great Akatsuki is definitely not the worst kit I've ever experienced. Far from it. But yeah, there's a lot of argument to be had. The Masquerade XCA is not so bad like a lot of YouTubers say. The ankle problem is easy to fix. So is the hip problem of the Real Great Akatsuki, but then again, the Masquerade XCA is a product of its time. The Real Great Akatsuki is a product that shouldn't be of the time of the frame. Especially when they're expecting it to handle the Zeus silhouette. Still waiting for a BB Senshi Neo Xeon restock. Basically the 1/144th scale in small without big downgrades. Oh, those were the times, man. Those were really the times. Okay, so Real Great XL was good for a while until it decided to be floppy. Yeah. I would say that mine suffered from the same fate as well. The hips were absolutely awful after a good filming session for it. Sorry, excuse me. My worst kits I have is the high grade RX0 full armor unicorn destroy mode because of the legs. What's wrong with the legs? I'm gonna catch up with chat. I haven't built it, but I've heard the PG Wing Zero EW is a headache. I've heard that being the consensus, actually. Somehow the trio of Omni crackheads become the face of full mechanics is amusing. Yeah, because they were the pioneers of the newly revived one. I'll wait for it to come out. Not gonna pre-order. I want to make sure before buying I hope it has 100% new molds. Yeah. And I'm not going to take the plunge for that, I'm sorry. The full armor double Zeta and the Faz are essentially the same. You don't get the Faz's fat head and dummy head cannon, though with the full armor double Zeta I kind of prefer the muted Faz colors, to be honest, but I'm happy. Still sucks that you need to go through the same thing twice. So, good luck. That's all I can say. Ruger and Akatsuki are mixed, but I still have it displayed on my desk. I love the gold. Heh, fair enough. I'm trying to give my master grade Banshee Norn some whole red claws or golden claws, I don't know. Match the Psycho frame. And, what mobile suit would you want to revive of? Huh. I'm not too sure actually. Now, because I grew up in relatively close to like the modern Gunpla era, like what I would want, like, I do not have a particular attachment to like the older designs, and all of the newer designs actually were engineered with new like engineering, so I really don't know what like I would choose in terms of like a kit to get a revive. If anything, I think they should have done the original Justice Gundam, because for some odd reason that design didn't get any love at all. HGC Gym revive? That would do it. I'm surprised Bandai never made a real great Delta Plus. That's because it would suffer the same fate as the actual Delta Plus. Looking extremely forward to the Messer M01 after watching Hathaway. It just looks so good. I've never been attached to the Messers at all. Like, is it just me, or am I being a fake fan? Because first of all, I've never really been attached to Mono Eyes to begin with, but the Messer just doesn't strike a chord with me at all. Messer is so bland. Okay, there we go. There we go. Two sides of the same coin, everybody. I'm going to go to bed now. Have a nice sleep, Retro. Yeah, high grade Zaku 3 revive with the tech and the Messer or Gustav. That would actually be cool. Like, I know, always bulky Zaku 3, but what if it did get a revive? Because it's literally like one of the first high grade Universal Century kits to exist. So what if it did get a revive? Especially for the good old Double Zeta fans who desperately want it. But then again, I don't suppose the original high grade is that bad anymore anyway. So, I don't know, I think I need to ask Syndication, like, what his thoughts on the Zaku 3 are. Because it literally is like one of the first few high grade Universal Century kits to come out. Is she using Gelgu revive with crazy articulation? Perhaps. But yeah, so far this is my progress on the Master Grade SD Gundam Barbatos. It's a shame that we took so long just to figure the eyes out, but my god, the articulation. Ah, beautiful, beautiful thing. Yeah, high grade Zaku 3 revive. Yep. And I built both, and I gotta say I like the Gustav more than the Messer lol. Yep. Messer is a wannabe Yakudoga. No wonder it looks so familiar. As a Filipino, after seeing Davao raided and Hathaway with Tracer in the background, it really did something for me. Yeah. The thing that holds the Messer back for me is the color scheme. Are you not a fan of the rusted red? Alright, I'm actually gonna go to bed now. Have a good sleep. Didn't like Zaku 3 that much. Zaku lineage and his data was used to create Gyaradoga. What about High Grade Gustav Karl? High Grade Gustav Karl doesn't need a revive because it was created in like the more modern era. If anything, if you want a revived Gustav Karl, you basically have it in the form of the Gustav Karl. What is it? In the form of the Gustav Karl Type 00. But anyways, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream, and I'll post, like, whenever I do decide to continue the build on stream, I'll post about it. and I will be opening up the Q&A post after tonight. And don't forget that if you are a member, from now on you can get access to these emojis that somehow disappeared from my chat. Oh, it actually showed up in my CCS. Thank you. High grade RF Saku. IBO kit, revive HCPD, new tech 2024, make go crazy, revive RK Gundam. It's red with a bare minimum of details. Maybe. But yeah. That's gonna wrap it up for the stream. Thank you all so much for popping by, and genuinely, thank you all so much for 20,000 subscribers. I would say I can't wait to get to 30,000, but I'm gonna enjoy the trip for what it is for now. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Good night.